A very good morning and thanks for joining me on this very short video. There hasn't been one uploaded to the channel in a little while for a few weeks because we had Christmas and obviously the first few weeks of January, and I've just spent a little bit of time with the family. So I hope you all had a great Christmas and a great New Year, and now it's time again to get back out there on the bank and get fishing. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of pike fishing. Hopefully we'll have a fish or two on the bank, and I'll catch you back on here very shortly. First of all though, I'm going to chow down courtesy of the Colonel and have me a vegan burger. I have had this before, I quite like it to be honest. If you've had it, let me know what you think down below, but without further ado. Right, so we are now moving. Come on then. Yes, we've got fish on. Come on guys, fish on. Looks reasonable as well at the moment. We've not been dead baiting for long. Just keep a little bit of tension on. Probably not going to be a monster, but tighten that up a little bit. Doesn't seem to have a lot of energy if he's... Oh, he looks reasonable. Yeah, very nice fish. Barely hooked just in the lip. So get him in nice and quickly. Lovely. There we go. So, first fish, just there. Okay. So, been dead baiting. A little bit of dead baiting, not much really. For about the last 10-15 minutes, and I was thinking of moving spot as I hadn't seen anything show. I'd flicked the lure around a few times as well. Now we came here, me and my friend, a few days ago. Plenty of follows but no takes on the lures, so decided to switch it up anyway. And yeah, 10 minutes in, straight into this beautiful fish. I'm just going to unhook him first of all. I've given him a very good rest in the net, so he's probably going to be full of beans and full of energy. But he looks like he's just, look at that, perfectly hooked. There we go. Get that one out. He got the smelt, so he's had some dinner. That's always good news for him. And this is an absolute beauty of a fish. Now, he's got my fingers in his teeth, so I'm just going to lift him up here and show you this one. So, first pike of 2020 for me. Besides a couple of little jacks, this is a proper pike. He's going to be a double figure. I'm probably going to estimate him to be about between 10 to 15 pounds. Very welcome. Absolute pristine condition. Beautiful, chunky fish. I will do a couple of quick close-up shots, take a couple of pictures. He is absolutely gorgeous. I should say she really, shouldn't I? But there we go. I'll have it. And then I'll take you through the exact rig that I managed to land this one on. Just flip her around and show you her from the other side. Get my fingers out of there, which are... There you go. Look at that beautiful fish. Absolutely stunning. We'll get that back in the water, let her have a rest in the net for a few more moments, and then we'll take a nice photo of this one, just to make everyone that couldn't be out on the bank today that little bit more jealous. We've all been there. That was first fish on the bank after already being here for about 10 minutes, so I'm hopeful before that sun finishes setting we'll hopefully have another one on the bank. Going to take you through the rig. If you watched the channel before, you've probably seen this rig, or very, very similar to this rig. It is my go-to suspending rig. So today I've got one rod set up which is ledged to the floor with a free running lead, so they don't feel any resistance when they pick that up. That's something I've had really good success with, so I'm trying that again. I have had one drop take already. So this rig that landed me that lovely fish, which went for 15 in the end, surprised me because I didn't think it was that much, is a nice simple 15-pound line with a stop down to this is a Drennan number 3 piker. It's 20 grams to balance that out. I don't put 20 grams on there. I like mine to sit up probably too proud. I like them nice and visual in the water. I then take that down to a stubby sinker, which has got a nice rubber buffer on there, so it stops your float from cracking if you have a good cast. I think this one on here is 7 grams today, and that's sort of my usual weight that I'll normally use. Down to a buffer bead and a clip, which allows me to change my traces whenever I want to. If they get a bit kinked up or have a few fish, then I haven't got to worry about retying my entire rig. The deadbait traces I make myself. As I said, I normally make these sort of 18 to 20 inches long. Swivel at the top. This isn't any fancy wire. It's a 7-strand wire coated in nylon, so it's nice and cheap. I like to keep everything I do nice and cheap. Down to a single treble hook. That's a size 2 on there. Now that's a lot bigger than some people would use. A lot of people like to use 8s and 6s for dead baiting. I only use one hook. I find the bigger hook is easier to find in the fish's mouth. It's easier to get hold of and to get out, and I've never had a hook this size swallowed all the way down. I don't know if that's because I normally strike nice and quick or whether it is the size of the hook, but I'm keeping it the way it is because it works. I like to rig my fish with one point of the treble just in front of the back dorsal fin. Doesn't matter what fish I'm using, what bait I'm using, that's where I put it. So when it's hanging in the water, it's probably way too long for me to hold up. You can get the gist. It hangs, and with a gentle ripple, you know, that will look like a dying fish that's hovering quite close to the surface. I keep my suspending rigs very shallow, so stop is literally just above the float, so I'm fishing approximately 2 foot above below the surface. The bait I've got on today, as you can see, is a sea freeze red smelt, so they're just dyed smelts. That's all I brought with me today. I didn't bring a selection or anything. I'm just going through my freezer. I've had bait sitting in there now for the last 2 or 3 years from a competition I won, so I'm just trying to get through them. And yeah, so that's the bait of today, and it's caught and it's worked. So gonna get this rod back out there now. Fingers crossed before we have sundown we'll have another fish, or at least another run. But if not, doesn't matter. You can't end the day on a 15-pound fish or a nigh on 15-pound fish and not be chuffed. Hopefully I'll see you again. A little bit of slack, just in case. And there's a lot of movement coming up on top of the water now. Hell of a lot of movement. I'm going to leave that one just there. And pull off, spool off nicely if needs be. Yep. Oh, it's low. Oh, it's gone. high over here because there's a fallen tree. Yep. Quick release, we call that one. Very quick release. It's going to take it. I hope the clarity of this is good enough. I put it in its mouth. You should have struck it and just had a go. Go, go. Ah.
Well, they work.
And there you have it. All in all, a great couple of hours fishing. One very, very good fish on the bank with a couple of drop takes, but I'm not going to complain with those as it was more than welcome. First proper pike of the year. Now just to get out there and catch a few more, I suppose. If you did enjoy the video, give us a little thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you want to see next, or if you've got any questions. All of the links for all of the products used are in the description below, as usual. Hit the little subscribe button if you haven't already. It shows your support for the channel and keeps you up to date when new videos drop on every week or every fortnight. I am going to be getting out there a lot more this year, so there is going to be a lot more content coming to the channel despite the slow start this year. We've got some multi-species fishing coming on there. I've got some cool announcements coming up which will lead to a few giveaways as well on the channel and a few bigger trips planned further afield. So do stay in tune. Keep up to date with the videos and you won't miss out on any of those upcoming giveaways either. And I'll catch you in the next one. Tight lines.